There's a beach in Brittany where the waves don't just crash, they whisper. Where solitude isn't peaceful, but watchful. In 1997, François Ozon made a short film most people have never heard of. Just 52 minutes long, just two women, one baby, and one of the most quietly disturbing stories you'll ever witness. This is See the Sea, a film with no jump scares, no soundtrack, and no clear villain, just the kind of psychological dread that lingers. And today, we're going to talk about why this seemingly simple story still gets under people's skin. François Ozon is now one of France's most respected auteurs. But before the acclaim, before the César Awards, there was this little psychological time bomb he dropped quietly in the late 90s. Shot on a tight budget, using non-professional actors, See the Sea premiered in Cannes, but never saw a wide release. It's a film about a young English mother named Sasha and the arrival of a strange backpacker named Tatiana. It's about the loneliness of motherhood, the silence of nature, and what happens when you invite that silence to stay the night. Look a little closer, and See the Sea starts to feel more like a slow-burning nightmare. So let's ask the question, what is See the Sea really about? On the surface, See the Sea is simple. It's just a short French film about a mother and her baby. But simplicity is often the mask of something deeper. Sasha is on vacation, her husband is away, and Tatiana shows up asking to camp nearby. But Ozon's direction doesn't just suggest unease, it traps you in it. The house isn't just a house, it's a stage, a womb, a box. And the baby isn't just a baby, it's the boundary between two women who represent very different ideas of motherhood. Tatiana is unwashed, silent, unknowable. Sasha is polite but tense. You don't need music to feel the horror. The horror is in the looks, the silences, the threat of ambiguity.
Vous voulez encore du vin?
Tu peux me tutoyer?
D'accord. Tu viens d'où alors?
Bah là, j'étais sur la côte, je gardais des enfants. Puis j'en ai eu marre, j'ai eu envie de bouger. Donc je suis venue ici. On m'a dit que c'était calme, pas trop de monde.
Tu voyages beaucoup?
Ouais, je parle pas de rester plus de 4 jours au même endroit.
Seul?
Ouais, j'aime pas les voyages de groupe.
T'as pas peur de te faire agresser?
Non. De toute façon, ce serait plutôt moi qui agresse.
Sasha's body has just gone through the trauma of childbirth, but that's not shown. Instead, we see the aftershock, the quiet fear, the longing for someone to talk to. But Tatiana isn't a friend. She's not even really a character. She's a presence, a symbol. Some have interpreted her as the shadow side of motherhood, the part that fears loss, detachment, failure. Others see the film as a metaphor for postpartum anxiety. What's terrifying isn't what Tatiana does, it's what she doesn't say. Ozon keeps her motivations hidden, and that makes See the Sea one of the most effective short thrillers ever made. Which brings us to the last 10 minutes of the film. It's hard enough to execute a twist in long-form films, but with just mere minutes left in a short version of one, Ozon delivers an ending that has stuck with me for years. Now, it's difficult to explain why Tatiana does what happens next, so before revealing it, I want you to watch this brief scene of the last conversation between her and Sasha that takes place prior, and perhaps it may give you a better explanation for her sudden actions.
Et alors, ton accouchement, ça s'est bien passé?
Très bien.
T'as pas eu mal?
Si, bien sûr.
T'étais sous péridurale?
Non.
Pourquoi?
Mais pour la première fois, je voulais sentir vraiment la douleur. À quoi ça ressemblait exactement.
Et t'as aimé?
Oui, je crois.
Ils t'ont fait une épisiotomie?
Mais pourquoi tu me demandes ça?
Comme ça, pour savoir? Ça m'intéresse.
Non, pas au besoin, j'ai déchiré naturellement.
D'où à où?
Mais un peu partout autour.
Jusqu'à l'anus?
Non.
Non, parce qu'il paraît qu'après, il y a les femmes qui chient par la chatte.
J'ai jamais entendu ça.
Bah si, il suffit que la paroi entre le vagin et le rectum soit déchirée. Puis ça peut s'infecter. Et toi, ils t'ont recousu?
Oui.
Et quand tu poussais, t'as chié?
Mais si tu continues à me poser des questions comme ça, tu vas jamais vouloir avoir un enfant.
J'en ai déjà eu un.
Toi?
Oui.
Il est où?
Il est mort.
Je suis désolée,
C'est pas grave. Je me suis fait avorter.
There are many ways to interpret Tatiana's obsession with motherhood and seemingly childbirth. From when she's first introduced, she asks questions like, "Are you breastfeeding?" in regard to Sasha's baby, and keeps a wandering eye on her throughout the short. There's even a scene of her at a supermarket, stopping in front of a pack of baby diapers before the shot abruptly cuts away. The pieces of this supposedly mundane film about a few days in the life of a new mother start adding up. So when she's invited to sleep inside for the night, you quickly realize that Sasha has made a mistake that would cost her her life. Because as you have probably guessed by now, her visitor was never a friendly stranger. Tatiana sits upon a guest bed staring blankly, as if mentally preparing and coming to terms with a decision she's made in silence. She's then seen quickly marching downstairs and entering Sasha's room. The lighting in this shot reminded me of the 1983 Austrian film Angst, where a serial killer enters an innocent woman's home and does what he does best. And as a tear surprisingly drops down Tatiana's cheek, she approaches the sleeping Sasha and her baby, then proceeds to do what she does best as well. Films don't have to be loud to be horrifying. They don't need blood to leave a scar. See the Sea is quiet terror. It's about letting someone in, only to realize they were already inside you, figuratively, emotionally, maybe spiritually. It's one of the most unsettling films you've probably never seen. And now you know it exists. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives like this. And remember, sometimes the scariest thing is a stranger who smiles.